Hello, my readers, and welcome to my podcast, Fictional Analysis. I am your host, Kajal. So, today is the last episode of the Ivory. I am kind of nostalgic as for the last month, this story and its characters have been a constant in my life. The playful banter of Ren, the slightly unhinged mind of Ivory, the confused yet so sorted Angel, and finally, I am control of the situation well. And when these characters meet in one story, it has to be boom. And that it was. Before we start, make sure you follow me as your one follow helps me a lot. Now, first, let me tell you what basically was in the last 15 chapters. So, it was basically a long and extended epilogue. So, after Ivory goes back to his mansion, leaving Angel alone as there is some emergency, Travel comes and opens the cage of Angel's um, in which Angel is locked up and lets him out. So Angel agrees to go with him, and when Ivory realizes that Angel is gone, he is totally broken. He forgets all the beef he had with Velle and other prisoners and goes to them and literally begs them to leave Angel. Like, really, the Ivory who doesn't boast to anyone begs his enemy. And then they talk, and finally, everything is sorted. Well and Angel are given the chance to kill Ivory, but of course they didn't because deep down Angel loved him no matter what he did. And well, because he knew killing him would get him nowhere. But Ivory did get some beating from Joy and Rook. But after that, everything was sorted. Everyone let go of their revenge and just came together. So Ivory doesn't live in the Ivory mansion anymore. He left the island some days after with Angel and is living in Las Vegas. And the mansion is now named after Velle, Joy, Rook, Felix, and Lem. And Ren and Oth Luther return back to California to their parents and also to plan their upcoming wedding. Oh, and let me tell you, Lem and Felix get married in the Ivory Mansion. And Dasha and Kellen are also married in Tulum. And Byron has proposed to Travel, and also the Ivory has proposed to Angel. So everyone is in a relationship now. They all are happy and united and living their best lives. So this was pretty much the basic idea of the last chapters. Now I wanted to talk about some things. First is like how easily everything just came down when Angel was taken, or rather not, as he willingly went there. But the thing is how fast Ivory was to beg to let Angel go. Can you expect the leader of the cartel to beg in front of someone? In normal conditions, never. But when his Angelito's life is in danger, damn yes, he didn't even think about it once. Just ran and kneeled on the ground and apologized for what he did and let them win because deep down he knew that this island, who was basically his kingdom, which he made from scratch, was nothing in front of his angel's life. See, that's why I love romance. How beautiful is that a person who never thought will find someone to love, who is cold, who has this wall around his heart, meets the other person who breaks all these defenses, no matter how much time he takes to break them. And finally, they come together. It feels so fuzzy and warm from the inside. It's really a very comforting feeling. Now, enough about romance, let's talk about the book as a whole. The things that I liked was that it cleared all my doubts and I got to know what other characters were thinking at that point of time. So, in a way, having these many timelines and point of views was good, but at the same time, I felt very confused and frustrated. Like, suppose there are four timelines, A, B, C, and D, and E is the present one. So let's take that you are reading the scene in present, that is in E timeline. Then you get one chapter in it, and then suddenly you get A, and then C, and then E, and then again B, and then again to A, and also all of them are in different person's point of view, and also in that matter which is not related to the thing happening in the present. Confusing, right? It was for me too. I wanted to be in the present, not wondering about the past ghosts. Like, see, you are reading a scene from present, an interesting one on that, and then suddenly 10 chapters straight to the past. What? It didn't make me feel more interested, but rather annoyed. I felt like skipping the past chapters altogether. It was really a bit irritating for me. Instead of making all the timelines a mess, the author could have written them in a chronological order. That would have been a positive thing from me. And I also wanted to talk about the length of this book. Seriously, 905 pages? Was it necessary? I felt like there were some chapters which didn't need to be said at all. They could have been concentrated in just some paras, like when you're telling a scene to someone, like that. But instead, there's a long chapter on it. So that was another problem. But the author itself confessed that the book was too long and she just cannot cut it more because she already cut 25,000 words from it. I don't even know how long the book would have been if there were more 25,000 words. But I am glad they weren't. I am also a little confused on how easily everyone united with Ivory. As they were fighting, it looked like it was either you or me, but at the end, everything just vanished like phew. But in the end, everyone are together, and that's what it matters, I think. And also that maybe Ivory is not that evil as he seemed in the previous books. He has some good in him, but it was rather shadowed by the evil that has consumed him because of the Alabaster Isles. He accepted that himself, that it was taking a toll on him, and that's the reason he gave it to Velle and everyone, and went to Las Vegas to start a fresh life with his Angelito. It was a rather good decision, I think, to start a fresh life rather than dwelling and fighting over the past things. So, as a whole book, I enjoyed Ivory, but I still had a problem with timelines. I will rate it 4 out of 5 and recommend you to read it, but please read it in order as that will be better. So that's it for today. I would also appreciate if you could recommend some spicy and exciting novels for me. I will be back next week with another review. And if you want the link to the website from where I download my books for free, DM me and I will send you the link. Until then, stay delusional.